with us today is
Joe Neate, executive producer on Sea of Thieves.
Joe. Thank you for taking the time out and setting aside for us to actually try the game, talk to us about the game. We just got like a 10-15 minute demo on it, and it was great. We had a lot of fun. What can you tell us about Sea of Thieves?
It's actually 30 minutes, I think. So time flies.
It does. Yeah, it did. I mean, we just, it was great. Yeah, tell us about it. Go.
Yeah, so Sea of Thieves, like last year, was when we first allowed people to get hands on. But it was very much, an early version of the game, which really just had the kind of ship battling in there. You could get drunk, obviously, because that's important pirate fantasy. And the musical instruments. And people were like, this is great fun, but what do you do in Sea of Thieves? That was kind of what people were asking, right? Yeah.
Right, the objective, or what do you do?
And so since then, we've added a ton to the game, and there's now a couple of quests that you can go on to. So there's treasure maps and there's riddle maps, which are really kind of looking to be that classic pirate feel. We're not afraid of embracing all of the tropes and cliches that you can imagine. We're delivering that. We want to deliver that pirate fantasy. So those are the goals that we're going out now. But now the world is much richer too. So there's danger in the sea, there's sharks, there's danger in the world, there's storms. There's skeletons on islands that can attack you. They can man cannons. They can even attack your ship. And most importantly, you can fire yourself out of cannons, which is just
you were playing with us, and you were like, you jumped off the ship, you were headed towards the island, and the shark attacks.
And then somehow the sharks found me first. And they ended up eating me. Well, that happens. The pirates.
But we love those little things that you would just implemented into the game to make it more like immersive. Like you added the planks, you added the rum, you added buckets.
So there's a ton to it, and obviously there's ship damage from hitting rocks, so it's also going to make it more. So it sounds like you guys might have discovered that, definitely.
What really has got me interested is all of the information. It doesn't hinder it in any way. It actually makes it fun to play multiplayer.
Yes.
Like sometimes it's not like a very bitter thing where you're fighting each other and then you Call of Duty or some other first-person shooters would say. But this way, it's literally you're helping each other out, like raising the anchor or pulling the sails or building a cannon. All of it's very teamwork based. And that's what makes it very interesting. Are you going to be incorporating co-op?
We're not going to be incorporating couch co-op, but but it's really interesting to listen to you describe our game almost as if I was describing it myself. But no, you genuinely did a fantastic job of talking about what makes our game so special. Our ambition is is ultimately to make the most fun, well-unique multiplayer experience ever. And if this is if for some people this is their first multiplayer game, brilliant. Come on in. And the way you're totally right about it. The way we've designed the ship is to encourage cooperation, and the fact that all of the rewards are shared encourages everybody to work together. Because early on, when we were prototyping things, having a bit of fun, it used to behave very differently. So, one, you could harm your teammates, and two, the rewards at the end of the adventure were individual. So you'd open the chest and then you'd get all the stuff out. So it got to be whoever got there first would take all the stuff, and then everybody would kill each other anyway. So you'd work with me for an hour, and then it would all go to it would all just break. And so we made the decision to kind of take out team killing. So the bond with the crew is sacred.
Are they split evenly among the team?
All the rewards. So whoever does on the chest, whoever takes it back, all get the same reward. So for the duration of that entire adventure, that entire quest, there's zero incentive to not be cooperating. Because you're not going to progress, you're not going to get rewards.
You're not going to get off the island.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and what's really interesting, I think, about Sea of Thieves is, do you guys know about our exciting program?
I do not. Tell us.
Okay, so since last December, we've had real players at home playing our game in our technical outfits. And so we started with 1,000. We're now up to 75,000 people who've been invited in. And they've been helping us test tech, helping biggest learning I think we've been able to get from having real players, which we wouldn't have been able to get in any other way. Because, like again, last year at E3, you wanted to encounter ships really frequently because that was kind of the core of the experience. Now you've got quests, you're going on, you want to be able to spend time tonight, like wandering around, looking at kind of landmarks, trying to figure out this riddle, and you don't want to be constantly interrupted by other players. It's just really frustrating. But if you do want those encounters to like occasionally, maybe 2 or 3 times an hour, that was kind of the sweet spot that I think we've landed on with our players. We were testing it by going, how far can players see? And originally it was 1.7 kilometres that you could see visibility.
Right.
And we actually pushed out visibility to about 2.5 kilometres. So you can see ships right away in the distance. Because when you were seeing at 1.7, it was almost inevitable that then you would choose to engage with them or you would have to. Whereas if we push it out to 30, you can see the kind of, then you've got a choice to make. Do I want to go kind of hunt those guys down, or do we actually want to stay away from them? Like we wanted to get players that choice. And so where we've landed now, I think, is a real sweet spot. We see it from our players, we see it from our data and our surveys that we send them. But as we add more and more things into the world, more things to do, more things to engage with, more creatures, more quests, more whatever. As we add a smaller ship into the world, we'll add a single player ship that like 1 or 2 people can use. It'll always be in the shared world, but I think every time we do that, we'll be measuring the frequency of encounters. Is it right, or do people want a bit less or a bit more? And it'll be constantly changing and evolving as we add and grow the experience. So we'll be doing that all the way up to early 2018, which is when we will open up to everyone with our kind of full release. But we'll be doing it all the way afterwards because we're going to be continuing to grow and add to this game.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's an amazing game. Like I was here last year, and I didn't get the opportunity to see you. You guys had a very long line. And at the Xbox that was the retail party, and I didn't get to touch it, and I wanted to, but it's amazing. So congratulations.
That's appreciated.
I noticed that you said Xbox One X.
Yes. Yeah.
So will it play better? I mean, will you be able to see further with a better system?
You should we want the experience to be the same in terms of draw distance and everything like that, because you don't want to get an advantage over other players, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So the experience, the gameplay experience will be identical across all platforms. And I think, but our game suits a wide variety of platforms, because obviously we're on console, but we're also on Windows 10 PC, and we're gonna we're pushing the min spec as low as we can because we want to get as many people the opportunity to play this as possible. But we got the Xbox One X kind of dev kits in about 6 weeks ago, so we spent about half a day just getting up and running, which was super quick. Because everyone has told us it would be, but you never kind of believe it, right? But it was just like, wow, this works. And so then we were like, okay, put that to one side, focus on E3, and then we'll come back and start really messing around with it and testing things. So that's something we're going to be looking to do beyond that. But because we're not, because we're early 2018, we're not one of the first wave of Xbox One X titles. That will be Forza and everything else. So those guys get to go through, get everything up and running, and then they work with central groups at Microsoft. Then we get the opportunity to go and work with them and take their learnings, take their stuff.
Okay. Like you said, thank you so much for taking the time.
Absolutely.
And introducing us to Sea of Thieves, giving us a chance to try it out, to notice the improvements, and really the scale of the battle is kind of it's immersive, right? Because it does put you in that seat. Oh, hey, you got to go raise the anchor, you got to go past the ship, and you got to
What's great as well was earlier on in this is hearing you sharing your stories. That's what this game is going to be. Everyone's going to have their own stories, their unique stories. But we're in a world now where people don't just want to tell it; they want to show it, and so they're going to be streaming, they're going to be creating YouTube videos. And I really believe that's going to be our launch pad to success for this game, because there's going to be so many unique stories. I heard one from here is that a ship was sailing around an island. Someone fired himself out of the cannon over the island and landed on somebody else's ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. And if that had been being recorded, being it would
viral.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everybody would have Sea of Thieves. And they would have been trying it.
That's chances of that happening are pretty low. And I don't know if you saw our trailer that probably showed in the movie. You know, at the end when we fired the guy out and he lands in the ship.
Yeah.
That took 82 attempts for our video team to capture. Yeah, that wasn't scripted. It was like, no, let's try. Oh, okay, let's try.
Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah. So like, but I think because of that, because it's so rare, because those moments can happen, I think like opens up this world of possibilities in your head. Like,
Yeah,
what could you do?
What else?
Yeah, I think it's just like you want to kind of untap that creativity in things, right? Like how to experiment with all these mechanics. I'm really looking forward to it and seeing what
Thank you so much.
No worries, that's good, man. That's great.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you. Thanks for the kind words.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.